LeBron James is officially a Philadelphia 76er. This is not a rumor. This is not one of those fake trades somebody made on NBA 2K. It is real. 2-year, $8 million, a player option in year 2. Governor Josh Shapiro even declared July 24th LeBron James Day across Pennsylvania. And listen, I am excited. I want the banner just like everybody else, and it has been, It's been 43 years, but because I'm a realtor and an investor, I already know what comes next. Somebody is going to take this amazing sports story and turn it into a real estate prediction. They are going to tell you South Philly is about to explode. They are going to tell you LeBron is going to bring hundreds of millions of dollars into Philadelphia, and somebody somewhere is going to use his signing as a reason to tell you that you need to buy property right now. So let me save you some time. Does LeBron James have an economic impact on Philadelphia? Yes, he does. Now, does that mean home values across Philadelphia suddenly go up because he signed here? No. The real answer is much more interesting than that, because economists have actually studied this. Not opinions, not headlines, not vibes, actual real data. And naturally, because I am who I am, I spent way too much time going down this rabbit hole. What I found is a great lesson about basketball, real estate, investing, and how easily a good story can trick us into believing bad math. So let us get into it.
John Lee Real Estate, find you the best rates all throughout Philly like Schuylkill Expressway. Talking to people who added.
I am John Lee. I am a realtor and a real estate investor here in the greater Philadelphia area. And today I want to answer one question. What does LeBron James actually do to a local economy, and what does his move mean for Philadelphia real estate? This is a real effect. It is just much smaller, much closer to the arena, and much more temporary than most people realize. And the only real experiment we have, economists have argued forever about whether professional sports actually move a local economy. Does a new stadium create growth? Does a championship create jobs? Does one superstar change a city? Those questions are hard to answer because there are always too many things that happen at once. A city builds an arena, at the same time it improves transit, then a major employer moves in, interest rates change. The economy recovers, new apartments get approved. So what caused what? Good luck separating all of that. But LeBron James accidentally gave economists a nearly perfect case study. He played in Cleveland, then he left for Miami. 4 years later, he came back to Cleveland. Same superstar, same city. Gone, then back. Economists Daniel Shoag and Veuger studied what happened to restaurants, bars, and employment around arenas where LeBron played. Here's what they found. When LeBron was there, the number of restaurants within a mile of the arena increased about 12.8%. Eating and drinking establishments increased about 13.7%. Employment at those establishments increased 23%. That is real. If you owned a bar or restaurant near the arena in Cleveland, LeBron James could be worth real money to you. More fans, more national attention, more games that matter, more people showing up early, staying late, eating, drinking, and spending money. But here is the part that matters. The effect was extremely local. The strongest effect was within 1 mile of the arena. As the researchers moved farther away, the effect got weaker. Outside of 7 miles, there was no statistically significant impact. And think about that. We are talking about arguably the most famous basketball player alive, one of the most commercially powerful athletes in history. He moves to a city and the measurable effect fades out within a few miles. Not the entire metro area, not the whole county, and definitely not every house in greater Philadelphia. And why? Because this is primarily a foot traffic story. 2,000 people show up for a game. They arrive early. They have a couple of hours. They want food. They want drinks. They spend money near the building that is the engine. And the foot traffic is powerful, but it does not travel very far. Nobody drives down from Lansdale for a Sixers game sees a packed parking lot and suddenly decides to buy a row home in South Philly. Let's be real. That is not how real estate demand works. This is where the story gets even more interesting. You may hear that LeBron created nearly $400 million in economic impact when he went to Los Angeles. And you may hear that he created almost 3,000 jobs, nearly 30 million in state tax revenue. Those numbers have been repeated for years. So I looked at where they came from. They did not come from Harvard. They came from a company called FormSwift. FormSwift is a legal document website. They took the real economic model, counted the restaurants and bars near the arena in Los Angeles, and projected what could happen if LeBron went there. The projection was published before he announced that he was joining the Lakers. To be clear, I'm not saying the numbers were made up. The company just used a model based on legitimate research. But ultimately, it was still a forecast. It was an estimate based on several assumptions. Then the internet did what the internet does. One article cited it, another article repeated it, then another one removed a little bit of context. 8 years later, a projection started sounding like a proven fact. This is where basketball and real estate become the exact same conversation. I see this all the time. Somebody says a neighborhood is up 30%. Okay? Up from what? Up from when? Compared to what? How many sales were included? Were they renovated homes or homes that needed work? Were they single family homes, condos, or multi-family properties? The bigger and more exciting the number sounds, the more important it is to slow down and ask where it came from. A confident headline is not the same thing as good data. Now let us put the study on a map of Philadelphia. The research tells us that the strongest effect happens within about 1 mile of the arena. So what is actually inside our 1 mile? In Cleveland, the arena sits in a dense downtown environment. Walk outside and you have restaurants, bars, hotels, theaters, buildings, and older commercial buildings that can be reused. There are actual storefronts where a new business can open and capture the extra traffic. Now, walk outside Xfinity Mobile Arena in South Philly, you are in the sports complex. There is parking, there are highways, there are other stadiums. There is more parking. Yes, Stateside Live recently expanded. You also have the live casino and hotel, plus the existing businesses around South Philadelphia. But this is not the same street level setup as downtown Cleveland. There is less existing neighborhood fabric immediately outside the arena where dozens of new independent restaurants can simply open and absorb the demand. The fans will show up. They will definitely spend money. The Sixers will sell more tickets and jerseys, and bars will be busier. And hotels may get more demand, but the physical layout matters. The same superstar can create a different result in 2 different cities because the surrounding real estate is different. That is the part people miss. A catalyst is only as powerful as the environment that can capture it. Now, the arena decision that matters more. There was another version of this story. For years, the Sixers were trying to build a new arena in Market East in Center City. That would have placed thousands of fans into a dense commercial corridor with transit, storefronts, restaurants, hotels, apartments, and struggling properties that could have potentially be repositioned. It would not have guaranteed success, but it would have created a much cleaner version of the economic mechanism that LeBron's study identified. More foot traffic landing directly inside an existing neighborhood. The Sixers walked away from that plan in January of 2025 and partnered with Comcast instead. The new shared arena is now planned of the southeast corner of Broad Street and Patterson Avenue, near where the old Spectrum stood. The goal is to have it ready around 2030 for the NBA, for the Philadelphia new WNBA team, although major projects and timelines can change. So instead of moving from South Philadelphia into a dense downtown corridor, the Sixers are planning to move from one arena in the South Philadelphia sports complex to another arena in the same complex. From a citywide housing standpoint, this is not a brand new market maker. It is a major investment in a district that is already built around sports, and that difference matters. The story I would actually watch, I'm not saying nothing happens, there will be more attention to the Sixers. There will be more nationally televised games. Businesses closest to the arena should benefit from stronger game night traffic. Hotels properly operated, short-term rentals near the complex may see more demand on major game nights, but attention is not the same thing as guaranteed returns. Some South Philly properties may get a small bump in interest simply because the area is being discussed more, but I would not pay a premium for a house because LeBron signed a 2-year contract. The much bigger story is what was already happening underneath the headline. The entire South Philly sports complex has a larger redevelopment vision around it. Stateside Live completed a major expansion. Philadelphia just hosted 6 World Cup matches at the complex. A WNBA team is coming in 2030. A new arena is planned. And there is a much broader conversation about turning the district into a year-round sports and entertainment destination. Those plans will continue to evolve, but they have a much longer timeline than one player. LeBron is the headline. The district is the asset. That is what I would watch. Now, the lesson that has nothing to do with basketball. This is really an episode about narratives. Human beings love a simple story. Big star comes to town, city gets attention, real estate goes up. It feels a bit logical. But a story feeling logical does not make it an investment thesis. LeBron's contract is for 2 years with the player option in year 2. He turns 42 in December. The Cleveland effect came from several years of playoff runs, finals appearances, and championships. Even then, the strongest measurable benefit was temporary, hyper-local, and concentrated around restaurants and bars. When he left, much of that effect came back down. So here's the line I want you to remember. Never buy a long-term asset based on a short-term narrative with an expiration date. The things that actually move home values are usually a lot less exciting. Jobs, wages, housing supply, new construction and permitting, interest rates, taxes, transit, schools, property condition, and whether people actually want to live there after the excitement is gone. That list has not changed because LeBron signed with the Sixers. Whenever somebody gives you the next big real estate catalyst, ask 3 questions. What is the actual mechanism? How far does the effect physically reach? And how long can it realistically last? Run the LeBron signing through those 3 questions. The mechanism is foot traffic and attention. The strongest reach is roughly 1 mile around the arena, and the contract may last 2 years. This is a great sports story. It is a meaningful opportunity for some businesses close to the arena. It is not a reason to blindly buy Philadelphia real estate. I'm going to enjoy this season like everyone else. I want the banner. I want the championship. I want the parade. I want all of it. Believe me. I am just not buying a house because of it. If you want more conversations like this where I go find the actual research instead of repeating the headline, I send out one every week. It is free. Go to johnlee-realestate.com and join the newsletter. I am John Lee.
John Lee Real Estate, find you the best rates. All throughout Philly like Schuylkill Expressway. Talking to people who out of